GNTA had a massive spike yesterday, the 24th pre-market session, 44.25 intraday high. In the previous session, it closed around $3 and some fraction. So this was actually even more than 10x, more than 10x. Yeah, the stock has a low float amongst other things. But the news behind, the reason behind this spike was because the company announced a new strategic partnership centered on advancing plasmid DNA production, a key component in gene therapy and biotech manufacturing. The market reaction was also divided in the midst of all of that. Bullish traders were highlighting the low floats and high short interest as well as potential fuel for a short squeeze. Others remain skeptical about the sustainability of the rally, arguing that the partnership, while promising, may not immediately translate into meaningful revenue or clinical milestones. Yeah, you see what we'll see what's going to happen. So this is what we have. This is a 4 hour chart. Did it change any further? Yeah, it changed further. It cooled off a lot further. You can see that that's the same spike here. And the algos are saying for some reason, okay, well, it's actually saying that it's going to contract this expansion, even though it's saying that it's going to bounce in the Monday's pre-market session. But I will go for a further contraction. Yeah, I'll go for that as well. You know, yeah, low float stock, good. But obviously this is not the best time. You prefer that it comes back and even get to the lows it was at as of Thursday before you try out any other thing again. Yeah. So yesterday it was trending. Of course, amongst other things, for a lot of market participants and traders, the low float, the high short interest, very, 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 very good reasons to look into a stock, let alone when it comes up with something sounding good fundamentally. So in terms of projections, it's a bit okay. Well, let's just see what we're going to have here because we can't rule this out anymore. We can't rule this out anymore for 4.25. But the odds of it happening in the regular session is not very high. Because the regular session is where everybody can participate. If it spikes to that sort of levels, yeah, you have a good chance of doing something about it. But if it's happening in the post-market session, pre-market session, it's only for those who are really sophisticated enough to participate in those markets. But it's still an upper projection regardless. So in the midst of all of that, that's why we're here on its 1 minute chart to see the sort of projections it has. Okay, it has 5.4, 5.43, 5.58, 5.66. Those are actually downward projections. Okay, yeah, they are upper projections now, given that it closed at 4.9. I'm trying to see where, because this happened way early in that session. I want to see whether it's, sometimes these algos, they tend to also reflect what has been going on. That 44, that immense expansion. I want to see what algos did there. This was yesterday. We have to go all the way back to, not fun doing so, all the way back to that pre-market session to see what the algos calculated with regard to that expansion. Not exciting, scrolling all the way back, but we have to do it anyway. Is this the pre-market session? No, we are not even there yet. Okay, we'll keep going back to get to the pre-market session. That was where it happened. Yet I think it's here. Did we get anything like that? It's blank. 3.59 didn't represent anything like that. It was actually projecting very, very low downward projections. Okay, well, yeah, well, a decent amount of upper projections here. We have here 14.2, 15.41, 16.15, yeah, 16.37, 17.02, yeah, 13 points, yeah. Okay, but yeah, bear in mind also that there are also downward projections. Yeah, oh, it has it here, 44.61. Yeah, 44.61. So this, yeah, 44.61. It's not, if you like, you can call it a validation, but there's no doubt about this. This is not it wasn't it's not a figment of anybody's imagination. That is a fact. You know, yeah. So it's not really, we're not really trying to validate that but we just want to see the sort of projections we have. So yeah, but bear in mind, expect lower prices to print, expect lower prices to print. But the fact that it has that high short interest and low float, it is most certainly a stock to just keep on your radar. If it pulls back to levels where it was before, let's see. I see what I mean. 3.31. If it comes down to these levels or even goes below, then get ready, get ready, get ready. Get ready. So if it also spikes further, during the regular session where everybody can participate, that would be awesome as well too. Okay, so get in there and just be careful, know what you're doing, and I don't think this may be the best time to buy in the stock. Just keep watching. I know it has pulled back from those highs, these elevated highs of 4.44.25. Yes, it has pulled back, but I still think it can pull back a lot further. So see what you make of the stock, and thank you very much for watching this video.